we go into the tools, I wanted everybody to keep in mind some certain, I guess, guidelines for remote learning. Okay. First off, there's no right way. Okay. We're all learning. There's no right way. Okay. So there's no perfect way of doing this. There's no, this is the correct way. This is the wrong way. This is this is that. No, there's not. There's no right way. So that's actually quite good. We also have to keep in mind, and I do understand because I've had conversations with many teachers about the workload. One of the advice, well, I advise a lot of teachers to make sure that the workload is manageable. What you assign to the students is manageable. Now, I do understand that a lot of times it is not up to us. It is many times districts or principals kind of assign what we have to do. But when we try to do that, let's try to make sure that it's manageable. And I mean that not only for the students, but also for you as well. Try to not put too much responsibility on the parents. And I know, again, may not be up to you, but a lot of parents are also struggling trying to figure this out. I'll give you an example. So yesterday, I don't know if you're familiar, I'm actually located in Florida. So, as you know, Florida has opened pretty much everything. So I went into a store yesterday and I was speaking to one of the cashiers, and she tells me, she was like, "Well, oh my goodness, we started talking about remote learning," and she's like, "Kudos to you guys for all that you do for educators, because oh my God, I don't know. I've been doing this for a few months with my son, and I can't. I'm pulling my hairs out." And so, with that being said, I do understand that sometimes it is a struggle trying to keep a balance between what is demanded from us, from our principals and our districts and whatnot, and also trying to do the right thing, right? And provide students with what they need, as well as also that happy balance for what parents can actually handle right now. Try, if at all, the low-level worksheets, because even though we try, and those are a great resource, I'm not going to knock them completely. Those are a great resource if we cannot get in touch with our students, right? We send them some packets, right? So I'm not going to knock those out. But if we can, let's try to make things a little bit more interactive, and things that are more cross-curricular, so that way we kind of we're tackling different content areas, while at the same time we are meeting all our requirements. Make time for check-ins. I always tell teachers, go ahead and make times for check-ins, but just like a college professor would, who a lot of them are very well versed when it comes to remote learning, make sure that you assign some times for check-ins. Sometimes we tend to want to be completely available 24/7, but that could be overwhelming for us as well. So a note that I always caution everybody, try to see if you can set up some times, if it is feasible within your school district or school policies. Try to collaborate with other teachers. Don't try to do it all yourselves if you can. If you have a good team, I remember when I was a kindergarten teacher in Harlem, I had a great team, and we used to divide and conquer. Like one of us will focus on math, the other one will focus on social studies and science, the other one would focus on whatnot, and we would try to divide and conquer, because that was the only way that we could, survive. So if you can, try to collaborate. Google Docs is great for collaboration when you're doing distance, work. So try to do that if you can. If not, right now we're building some collaboration. Try to see what people are saying, try to get in touch with other people that may be in your same district or neighboring districts and see what they're doing. So it's more of a divide and conquer. Again, try it out. There's going to be a lot of tools that I'm going to share with you guys today, but don't be afraid to try them out. But don't get too overwhelmed. If it doesn't work out the first time, you know, give it another shot. I'll be honest. I'm going to talk about one tool that Erica loves, and I haven't been so successful with it, but it's called Powtoons. So Erica loves it. I have failed, but I'm not giving up. So every weekend I try again because I'm not giving up. She makes awesome presentations with it. And so I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. But again, it's okay to fail. It happens to me. It happens to all of us. Just give it a try. Again, determine what is feasible for your students and for yourself to do. Sometimes as teachers, we want to do these amazing things, and you know, it can be overwhelming, and it gets overwhelming for us because we want to just put a lot of stuff in, and then it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? We've talked about this. The Auburn has presented on accommodations for students. Always keep those in mind. Especially in a dual language and bilingual classrooms, we need to make sure that we are still continuing the accommodations for our students, our scaffolds and whatnot, and be flexible. You know, it's okay if it doesn't come out perfect. If it comes out a disaster, it's okay. It's fine. We learn from it and we just keep on going. So be okay with yourself with that. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about some digital platforms, and if it's okay with everybody, and Erica, just let me know through the chat. I'm going to switch it up a little bit into Spanish, if it's okay. All right. Bueno, vamos a hablar un poquito de las plataformas digitales en las cuales podemos utilizar para la enseñanza virtual en la cual estamos ahora, ¿verdad? Una de las cosas que hay, y esto quiero hacer una nota al calce, que esto no es una lista como que tiene todo. Esto es simplemente una lista de algunas de las cosas, de las plataformas que se están utilizando en los diferentes distritos a través de la nación. Y pues yo lo que les recomiendo a todo el mundo es que miren, si no los han visto, si no los han utilizado, no es que vayan ahora todo el mundo y empiecen a utilizarlo todo a lo loco, al garete, no, ¿ok? Vayan utilizando un poquito, vayan a decir, pues mira, pues déjame ver cómo voy a tratar el Seesaw. Yo he escuchado de gente utilizar Seesaw, pues déjame ver cómo es, cómo trabaja, qué es lo para qué se utiliza. Vamos a hablar un poquito, están diferentes plataformas, como mencioné, está Edpuzzle, muchos de ustedes utilizan Google Classroom, están muy familiarizados con Google Classroom, ¿verdad? Y a través de Google Classroom hay diferentes otras plataformas como Google Hangouts, Google Meets, que son las plataformas que pues los dejan, sus diferentes distritos los dejan utilizar a través de Google Classroom, ¿verdad? Está Nearpod, es muy, se utiliza mucho en los distintos distritos. Otro que está es Padlet. Muchas escuelas lo utilizan porque es sencillo de utilizar, es como una pizarra, básicamente, en donde tú puedes poner diferentes notas, diferentes cosas, y es bastante simple de utilizar. Wakelet y Flipgrid también. Ahora, quería mencionar también Seesaw, para que de ustedes que están bregando con estudiantes en Kindle, pre-Kindle, y los grados primarios, pues Seesaw es una de las plataformas digitales que es muy común con los estudiantes de pre-Kinder a quinto grado. Es muy fácil de utilizar, para los padres se le hace bien sencillo, y también es una plataforma digital en la cual se puede utilizar también después de que salgamos de la pandemia, ¿verdad? Muchos de ustedes, yo he estado viendo las noticias, muchos de ustedes han escuchado que el gobernador Cuomo dijo que pues él está en los planes veremos a ver qué pasa, ¿verdad? Están los planes de que continuemos con esta educación virtual de alguna manera. Inclusive también otros superintendentes como el superintendente de Miami-Dade en Florida también mencionó la posibilidad de continuar con plataformas digitales y con la instrucción virtual o de alguna manera una combinación entre ir a la escuela y también educación virtual. Así que veremos más de estas plataformas digitales ser utilizadas en nuestro día a día como maestros. Así que les recomiendo que pues este verano pues empecemos a mirarla y ver cómo se utilizan, ¿verdad? Está Zoom, que yo entiendo que muchos distritos pues aunque lo utilizan para reuniones y cosas así, pero no se puede utilizar para otras cosas. Si mal no me equivoco, creo que la ciudad de Nueva York no deja utilizar Zoom. Otros distritos sí. Todo depende, ¿verdad? Y hay otro que pues, ya que estamos, tú sabes, porque la política se ha metido mucho en la educación, ¿verdad? Tenemos que tener eso en mente. Pues he escuchado de que también Bill Gates va a estar involucrado en alguna manera en esto, pues tenemos que ya irnos preparando y la plataforma de ellos es Microsoft Teams, en la cual es bien similar a Zoom, en la que te deja tener las pantallas, puedes ver a varias personas, puedes compartir, hacer el share screen como hacemos ahora y todo eso, es bien similar. Pero nada, ya tengamos el oído un poquito, como decimos en Puerto Rico, un poquito parado, ¿verdad? A saber de que eso puede ser que sea lo que venga. Bueno, y después cuando uno dice, ok, pues cool, chévere, nítido, ok, ¿y ahora qué? ¿Qué pasa ahora? Bueno, y como les digo, la tecnología es fantástica cuando llega a funcionar, ¿verdad? Entonces, ¿y ahora qué? Tengo toda esta tecnología, tengo todo esto, se ve fantástico, suena chévere, ¿verdad? Suena brutal, ¿verdad? Pero ¿y ahora cómo yo lo utilizo? So now I'm going to switch back into English, right? So how do I use this? How do I go ahead and say, okay, these platforms are fantastic, but then, oh my gosh, I don't have the time to go searching and figuring this out. What do I do now? So what I've done, and Erica will be sharing all of this on the Arburns website, so you can click on all of these links. I have literally put together and search for videos that are very easy to follow on how to use the different either features of these digital platforms, such as Google Classroom tips and tricks by teachers, how to use Zoom. They're short videos, most of them, how to use Nearpod, right? With Google Classroom, because that's important. If we're using Google Classroom as our digital platform, how do we go ahead and make sure that that we use Nearpod? How do we use Edpuzzle with Google Classroom and so on and so forth? How do we use Padlet? How do we use Seesaw? And so they're very easy and very simple to follow. And that's one of the things that I like about the videos that I've chosen for you guys.